Good evening, listeners.
Good evening indeed. You are listening to the voices of reformed bad boy, choir boy, musical comedy duo, Bounder and Cad. I am Adam Drew.
I'm Guy Hayward.
Yes, you are.
And we're very excited to be presenting for the first time BBC Radio 4 Extra's Comedy Club.
And we're especially excited to be presenting it during this, the sexiest week of the year, Valentine's Week. Can we go a bit sexier, please, Sam? There we go. That's Sam Jewison on the piano, by the way. Say hello, Sam.
Hello.
Wait, is there such a thing as Valentine's Week?
Google it for yourself, chum. Some marketing genius has spun it out into a whole glorious week. I've written it down here. Take a look.
It's covered in croissant grease.
It's called recycling. Read it.
Starting on the 7th of February, it's Rose Day, followed by Propose Day.
Yes.
Then Chocolate Day, Teddy Day, Promise Day, Hug Day, Kiss Day.
Oh, yeah.
And finally, Valentine's Day.
The order is a bit odd. Proposing on the second day, then trying to top that 3 days later with a hug. But here we are already on day 4, Promise Day.
And we can certainly promise you some comedy tonight.
But let's be specific. At 10:30, Stuart Lee and Richard Herring star in Lionel Nimrod's Inexplicable World, in which the much-loved comedy duo pop some pretty big questions.
Following that, at, you guessed it, 11 o'clock, we've got the News Quiz Extra.
And finally, at midnight, another downright surreal documentary from Ben Moore in Elastic Planet.
But first, starring Nicolas Cage as a reformed car thief forced to steal 50 luxury vehicles in one night, it's Gone in 60 Seconds.
No, Guy, it's just a minute.
I know, a tight time frame for old Nick.
But first, starring Tony Hawks, Josie Lawrence, Giles Brandreth and Angela Barnes as 4 comedians forced to talk for 60 seconds, it's Just a Minute.
Oh.
Hello.
You're listening to The Comedy Club.
Is that right?
And with or without Nicolas Cage Parsons, Just a Minute will be back at the same time next week, or else.
All right, I've got a joke.
Are you sure?
Yes, and it's themed. Why should you never stand underneath ladders in a church?
Why?
Nicholas Parsons.
Can we broadcast that, Kerry? We can. Oh dear.
Time now for some time travel. Back to 1992, when this upcoming episode was recorded. Spooky.
This is episode 5 of Lionel Nimrod's Inexplicable World, narrated by fictional sci-fi star Lionel Nimrod, played, naturally, by Tom Baker.
And it stars its writers, Stuart Lee and Richard Herring, who formed their double act, Lee and Herring, partly because it would sound like a certain Worcestershire sauce. Spooky. And at the same time next week, Mr. Nimrod's investigative team will be taking a deep dive into that thing called love.
That's a shame.
What?
A shame they couldn't have done it this week, it being Valentine's week and all.
Oh yes, our theme.
But never mind, I've got an idea.
What is it?
You're about to hear. Dear listeners, as we keep saying, our theme this week is love.
Love, love, love.
And as we admitted from the outset, we are singers.
Not saints.
So we'd like now to sing you a love song. Forgive us if you find it a bit cheesy.
The stars are out, the moon is shining. I feel you close, my heart is pining. But one thought makes me weak at the knees, that the moon could be made out of cheese. I smell your scent, I touch your skin, you start to sweat, so I begin to undress you. You look so fantastic as I peel off that layer of plastic. Oh, my cheese, won't you please? I'm no sleaze, you're a tease. Just a squeeze, she agrees. I don't care for the birds and the bees. For me, just the curds and the breeze. crackers for cheese, yes I am.
I give more than a damn, free damn.
I rock for Roquefort,
I say, way for way.
and I'm mental for Emmental. Half rhyme.
Oh, no thing can compare to a ripe camembert.
There's nothing better than feta.
Though Gouda is better than good,
There's nothing greater than cheese and a grater.
If you're fond of fondue, forget other charmers and hunker down with a hunk of real parmesan. Just think of those milk fats and creams. They won't give you nightmares, just dreams.
The greatest joy that I've known yet is being enrobed in a raclette. And I'd toast in the fires of hell with my baby bell.
Hello, miss. Have a kiss.
Nice holes. Are you Swiss? Hear the cicadas sing, see the stars shooting past your eyes. Feel the temperature rise as when milk starts to past your eyes.
You gird up your loins to approach her. Why, hello there, my Lincolnshire poacher.
The time is ripe, the stars aligned. Now you must delve beneath the rind.
She's best seen in soft moonlight, lest her charms pale when compared with red Leicester.
You've sniffed out your chance, so go up and grab it.
You feel her melt, then you're left with Welsh rabbit. So thus we conclude our homage to that beautiful thing called fromage.
Well, listeners, thank you all for listening so carefully.
Hello.
You're listening to the Comedy Club.
Is that right?
Now, if there's one thing I love even more than a cheese, it's a quiz.
Yes, I love a quiz.
All right. Now, imagine a quiz that's topical, chaired by a certain Miles Jupp, and in this edition has some extra bits. What do you get?
The News Quiz Extra.
This is almost too exciting.
Sound the techno trumpets.
That was both newsy and quizzy. I was not disappointed.
And so long as there's more news between now and next week, there'll be another episode of The News Quiz.
Same time, same place.
Be there or be square.
You snooze, you lose.
Take care, teddy bear.
What's your flow, Daddy-O?
Hey, what's wrong, Mao Zedong?
Let's just chill, Kim Jong-il.
What's the deal, Daniel Steele?
Knock it off, Vince Van Gogh.
Coming at ya, Margaret Thatcher.
Hold your fire, Danny Dyer. Ow! Apologies for that totally uncalled for beatnik kung fu altercation there. Won't happen again, will it, Guy?
No, sorry.
Can you put the nunchucks down now, please?
Okay. It's time now for Ben Moore's Elastic Planet, the cosmic comedy of connections from 1995.
This episode stars Alexander Armstrong, and it involves a documentary filmmaker investigating endangered hairstyles.
Speaking of hairstyles, please could I read out my list of hair salons with film-related names?
Quickly.
Hair Necessities, Clippity Doodah, My Hair Lady, Hairy Poppins, Shearlock Combs, From Hair to Eternity, Illegally Blonde, Die Hard, Julius Scissor, Clippy Clippy Bangs Bangs, The God Barber.
Thanks.
That was the last in the series of Elastic Planet, but at the same time next week you'll get Steve Punt and Hugh Dennis in Crème de la Crime, a history of crime using a daring mixture of reconstructions, interviews and, our favourite thing, music.
But finally for tonight, and I'm pretty excited about this one, Nicholas Parsons stars as a hardened but weirdly moralistic sheep rustler who is forced to sheep-nap Rod Stewart's prize sheep, Barbar, to save his stepsister, played by Joan Collins, from being co-opted into Deloitte, where a wily but lovable accountant...
Adam,
What?
we don't have time for that. This is just the goodbye section. The show's over.
Oh, sorry. I must have misread the schedule.
You clearly did, mate.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight.
Adam and I, a.k.a. Bounder and Cad, will be back here at the Comedy Club from 10 p.m. tomorrow night, hosting.
Inshallah. So all that remains is for us to say...
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night. Good night. Sweetheart, good night.